All right, so you're deep in the world of cloud communications.
Yeah.
And you've sent us a ton of research on AI. And you want to know, is AI the future of cloud communications?
Right.
We're going to help you figure that out.
Welcome to the CommioCast. I'm Tim McLean, Commio's Director of Marketing. Thanks for tuning in. Here we talk about all things cloud communications. Think modern calling and text messaging and more, all in the cloud. In this episode, as always, our hosts Micah and Kali join us from their virtual recording studio at Notebook LM. Guys, take it away.
We've got this Accenture report, Technology Vision 2025. AI, a declaration of autonomy. And
Oh, yeah.
that's pretty interesting.
I've seen that one. It's pretty insightful.
It's a good one.
So
Yeah.
the first thing that stood out to me was this idea of the generalization of AI.
Right, yeah.
So it's not like we're waiting for some super intelligence to suddenly appear.
Yeah, no, it's more like AI is becoming more versatile and accessible everywhere.
So it's like AI is becoming more like a utility.
Exactly like electricity or the internet.
And this is going to impact every industry.
Oh, yeah, especially yours.
Cloud communications.
Absolutely.
So how will this play out in the world of cloud communications? What does it mean for people who are dealing with voice calls and video conferencing every day?
Well, they talk about the cognitive digital brain in the report.
Yeah. Which sounds kind of sci-fi, I know.
Little bit.
But think of it as like the next step in enterprise technology.
Okay.
It's a system that not only stores data, but embodies the knowledge and the processes and the culture of a business.
So it's like a digital representation of the company's DNA.
Exactly.
And this becomes the foundation for a new way of building and interacting with technology.
And that's where AI agents come in.
Okay, now we hear a lot about AI agents.
Yeah.
What makes them different from the chatbots that we've been seeing for years?
Chatbots are basically rule-based systems. They're like a digital choose-your-own-adventure book. But AI agents, they're designed to learn and adapt.
So they're actually problem solving.
Exactly. They can analyze tons of data, identify patterns, make decisions with minimal human help.
So they get smarter over time.
Yes, with every interaction.
So these AI agents could handle scheduling meetings and routing calls and detecting fraud even.
Yeah, all that and more.
Okay, but what about the risk that these AI agents become too autonomous?
Well, that's where trust comes in.
Okay.
Accenture found that 77% of executives believe that trust is key to unlocking the full potential of AI.
So it's not just about preventing rogue AI.
Right. It's about making sure that these systems are reliable, ethical, and transparent.
So it's like with any new technology, you need to understand it.
You got it.
Its capabilities, its limitations, how to use it safely and responsibly.
Exactly, especially in cloud communications where you're dealing with sensitive data.
But it sounds like the future of cloud communications is going to be heavily reliant on AI.
Yeah, if you're still focused on the fundamentals, you're going to get left behind.
So how do we even begin to prepare for this future?
Well, the first thing is to understand that this is happening now.
Right.
You don't need to be a data scientist, but you need to start exploring AI and experimenting with the tools.
So be proactive.
Yeah.
What are some concrete steps that cloud communications professionals can take right now?
Look for opportunities to automate things using AI,
Okay.
like using chatbots to handle basic customer inquiries.
So instead of fearing AI, we should be looking at it as a way to free us from tedious tasks.
Exactly. Think of it as a collaboration.
Okay, so we're collaborating with AI.
Right. And that frees up your team to focus on more strategic work.
So how is AI going to change how we design and develop software?
Accenture calls it the binary Big Bang.
Okay.
It's a massive shift in how we create and connect systems.
Okay.
Imagine a world where AI agents can create personalized interfaces for each user in real time.
So we're moving beyond static apps.
Right. It's a totally different way to think about software.
This is fascinating. But I'm curious, if we're moving beyond apps, what happens to customer engagement? Are we going to be interacting with AI agents instead of humans?
That's a valid question, and it's important to think about.
Yeah.
AI can actually make the customer experience much better,
Okay.
but you have to make those interactions engaging and personalized, not robotic.
So it's not about replacing humans, but finding the balance between AI and human interaction.
Right, and that's where personified AI comes in.
Okay.
You know those lifeless chatbots that everybody hates?
Yeah.
Well, imagine if they actually had a personality.
Yeah, like a voice and a face almost.
Exactly. You train the AI on the right data that reflects your brand and its values.
That makes sense.
It's not just about the algorithms, it's about the data.
So we've talked about the generalization of AI, the cognitive digital brain AI agents, trust, New software paradigms, personified AI.
That's a lot.
It's a lot to take in.
But it's all connected.
It is.
It's all part of the AI revolution.
This has been really insightful.
Yeah.
But I feel like we've just scratched the surface.
Oh, yeah. Definitely.
Can't wait to dig deeper into AI-powered robots next.
It's gonna be fun.
Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Looking forward to it. Welcome back. You know, before we started this deep dive, you had this question like, is the future of cloud communications really AI? Yeah. And one thing in this Accenture report that really stood out to me was they were talking about what happens when these LLMs, like the big language models, get bodies. Like when AI starts interacting with the physical world.
So we're talking robots.
Robots. Exactly.
Robots that can think and learn and communicate.
And even take actions, you know?
This is where it starts to feel like a sci-fi movie.
A little bit, yeah.
But AI-powered robots are already being used in factories and warehouses and hospitals.
It's true. And as they get even more sophisticated, they're going to start showing up everywhere.
Including in the way we communicate.
Right.
Okay, so I can see how AI could change customer service or make communication platforms more intelligent.
Yeah.
But when you start talking about robots, I get a little nervous.
I understand.
Are we all going to be replaced by robots?
It's a valid concern.
Yeah.
But I think it's important to remember that AI-powered robots aren't meant to fully replace us.
Okay.
It's more about augmenting what we can do.
So they're taking over the dangerous or repetitive tasks?
Exactly. The stuff that's maybe too complex for humans to do efficiently.
So robots are more like collaborators?
That's a great way to put it. Partners?
Instead of competitors?
Right. Working together to be more effective.
Okay, so think of a scenario where a robot's managing a big video conference.
Okay.
You could set up the equipment, ensure the audio and video quality is good, transcribe the whole thing in real time.
Even provide summaries and action items afterwards.
So humans can focus on the important stuff.
Exactly. The brainstorming, the decision-making.
The relationship building.
That's right. But this new way of working with robots is going to require us to adjust a little.
What kind of adjustments?
Well, we're going to need to get used to the idea of working alongside robots.
Okay.
I mean, it might feel weird at first.
Yeah.
But it's going to become normal as AI-powered robots become more common in the workplace.
So we need to figure out how to communicate with them.
Exactly. Give them instructions.
Understand what they can and can't do.
Right, and build trust with them.
How do we build trust with a robot?
It's not the same as with another person, obviously.
Yeah.
But it's based on the same ideas.
Okay.
Transparency is key. We need to know how they're programmed, how they make choices, what data they're using.
And we need to hold them accountable for their behavior.
Exactly like having rules and guidelines.
Yeah, for how they're developed and used.
To make sure they're used ethically.
To benefit humanity.
Right. It's about approaching this new technology with a balance of enthusiasm and caution.
So it's a new frontier.
Yeah.
It's exciting, but also a little scary.
But we can't just ignore it.
Right.
AI is here to stay and it's changing the world.
So how can people working in cloud communications specifically use AI?
Well, they need to start thinking about how to integrate AI into everything they do.
Everything.
Everything.
Okay.
From customer service to network management, security product development.
So they need to go beyond the traditional services.
Exactly. Think about how AI can create entirely new ways of connecting and collaborating.
Give me an example.
Okay. How about a cloud communications platform that analyzes sentiment during a video conference?
Okay.
So you can see how people are feeling and reacting.
Right. It's interesting.
Or a platform that automatically transcribes and translates conversations.
So we can all understand each other no matter what language we speak.
Yes, breaking down barriers and making global collaboration easier.
What about AI agents beyond just customer service?
They could manage complex workflows, personalize experiences, even optimize network performance.
Give me an example.
Okay, what about an AI agent that fixes network problems before they even impact users?
So it's like a proactive IT guy.
Yeah, keeping communication seamless.
All of this is super cool, but isn't all this AI stuff going to be expensive?
It's true. There's an upfront cost.
Yeah.
But the long-term benefits are worth it.
Okay.
And as AI gets more advanced, it's actually getting more affordable.
So you just have to find the right balance between the investment and the return.
Right. And remember, AI is not just a one-time thing.
It's a journey.
It is, you need to invest in the infrastructure, the talent, the ongoing training.
Okay, so it's a commitment.
It is, and there's also the energy consumption to think about. All these complex systems take a lot of energy to run.
So it's not just about the cost. It's about the environmental impact, too,
Exactly. And we need to be thinking about that now.
before it's too late.
Right? The decisions we make today will impact the future of our planet.
This deep dive has been really insightful.
Glad to hear it.
But I still have one big question.
Okay.
What does this all actually mean for the future of cloud communications?
Well, I think the future of cloud communications is all about personalization, intelligence, and seamless connectivity.
Okay.
And AI is the key to making that happen.
So we're talking about effortless and intuitive communication,
Exactly.
where AI helps us connect with the people and information we need exactly when we need it.
Right. It's about breaking down barriers and building deeper connections.
That sounds like an amazing future.
It is, but how do we get there?
Right. What do we need to learn? What skills do we need?
It's a tough question, but I think it starts with being a lifelong learner.
Okay.
The world's changing fast, and AI is only going to speed things up.
So we need to be comfortable with constantly learning and adapting.
Absolutely. And we need to develop skills that complement AI.
Like what?
Critical thinking, creativity, problem solving, emotional intelligence.
Those are all very human skills.
They are, and that's what will set us apart from machines.
And we can't forget about ethics.
Oh, absolutely.
You have to make sure AI is used responsibly.
For the benefit of all humanity.
It feels like there's so much to think about.
There is.
So much to learn and so much to do.
It can be overwhelming, but it's also incredibly exciting.
It is. We're living in a really unique time.
We are, and AI is at the heart of it.
This deep dive has really helped me understand the impact AI is going to have on cloud communications.
That's great to hear.
We've covered so much.
But there's still so much more to learn.
There is.
And so much more to create.
Before we wrap up, I want to leave you with one final thought.
Okay.
The future of cloud communications is not something that's just going to happen to us.
Right.
It's something that we're going to create together.
That's a great way to put it. It's a responsibility we all share.
Because the future of cloud communications, and maybe even the world, depends on it.
Absolutely.
So we've been talking about AI and cloud communications.
Yeah, a deep dive.
It's clear that AI is changing everything.
Absolutely. It's not just a little upgrade. This is like a total shift.
We've talked about some pretty big ideas from this Accenture report.
Yeah, like that cognitive digital brain.
Yeah, and AI agent.
And how important trust is.
And how software is being completely redefined.
Right. It's a lot.
It is. So how do we take all of this and actually apply it?
Yeah. What does it mean for someone working in cloud communications right now?
Exactly. It feels like we've seen this future. But how do we get there from here?
Well, I think the key is to be ready for anything.
Okay.
You need to be able to adapt no matter what happens.
So it's less about knowing exactly what the future holds.
Right.
And more about being flexible.
Exactly. Having the skills and the mindset to adjust.
So how do we do that?
Well, first, stay informed. Keep learning about AI and cloud computing and how they work together.
Read reports like this one.
Yeah, and go to conferences.
Talk to experts.
Right. Stay curious.
But don't just read about it.
No, you got to get hands-on.
Okay.
Experiment with AI tools and platforms.
There's a lot of open source stuff out there.
There is.
So build something.
Tinker around, see how it works.
Don't be afraid to break things.
Exactly. You learn from your mistakes.
And as you're playing around, start thinking about how AI can solve real problems.
In your work. Can you improve your services?
Can we create new value for customers?
Would you disrupt the whole industry?
Think big.
Exactly. Be bold.
But through all of this,
we
can't forget about the human side of things.
Right. AI is not just about technology. It's about people.
So how can we use AI to help people?
That's the question. How can we make things better for everyone?
And how can we make sure we're using AI ethically?
It has to be a force for good.
Not for harm.
Absolutely.
Well, this has been an amazing deep dive.
It has.
We've learned so much about AI and its impact on cloud communications.
And we've only just scratched the surface.
There's so much more to discover.
So much more to learn.
And so much more to create.
Exactly.
So as we wrap up this deep dive, I want to leave you with one final thought.
Okay, I'm listening.
The future of cloud communications is in our hands.
It is.
It's up to all of us to embrace AI, to use it wisely, and to shape the future in a way that benefits everyone.
That's a great way to put it. The power is in our hands.
So let's use that power responsibly.
To build a better future for everyone.
That's it for this episode of The Deep Dive. Thanks for joining us.
It's been a pleasure.
Building amazing experiences that engage and delight your customers is easy with Commio. Our smart, reliable voice and messaging solutions are easy to implement and scale with you so you can deliver more calls and texts, be more competitive, and save money. With Commio, you get peace of mind and happier customers. Find out why thousands of software platforms and enterprises trust Commio with their communications. Get a demo today.